Okay, hi again guys. This is my guide to setting up a simple PA system. Firstly we have a mixer, a microphone and a speaker. Just the back obviously. Okay, first, what kind of cable do we use to connect between everything? Firstly, obviously from the microphone to the mixer we'll use an XLR cable, which is over here. Okay, plug the female end into the bottom of the microphone, like so. There you go. And then you plug the male end, which is that one, into one of the channels on the mixer. I'm going to use channel 1 for the purpose of this video. And then going into the speaker, we use a same cable basically. Yep, but this time you plug the female end into the mixer, like so. You can go into either of them. And then the male end into the speaker. Now the reason this looks a bit different is because this is an XLR combi jack, so you can plug a jack or an XLR into it. But I would always recommend using XLRs where possible. Now going on to put in the power in. Most pro audio gear now uses an IEC or a kettle, commonly known as a kettle lead. Now there are two ways you can do this. You can either, like that, switch on one end, or you can do what I'm doing and just using good old kettle leads with that at one end and that at the other. As if by magic, plugs in there, and then I'll plug in the mix. You should plug in the mix first, because otherwise you can get pops and hisses. Yep, I can tell I have power because there's a power light on. I know, it's a miracle. And then get another one, and undo the knot. It's always a good idea to undo knots and cables because it can compromise on audio quality and just give you buzzing. Oh, and also always plug in this into the, or if at all possible, plug this end into the item you're powering before you plug it into the mains. Yeah, just for, it's not essential because it's rubber isolated, but it's just a bit more safe. And then you can go ahead and switch on your speaker. Okay, now I'm talking to you from through the speaker. As you can see, the meters are lighting up on the here. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't usually have it up this basic, but I'm just having it like that so you can hear that I'm using it through the microphone. Yeah, as you can tell, I've got the fader up. I'll actually need that thing up, but that won't do anything because there's nothing plugged into that output. As you can tell, it's all wired in now. Yeah, there you go. This is me using a microphone. I might as well talk you through the controls on the back of the speaker while I'm at it. This is the only speaker that I've found that's got this sort of thing. It's normal hi-fi DJ and voice EQ. I tend to leave it on normal or hi-fi because I'm not a DJ. And I tend to EQ the voice on the desk using the EQ. But I can see why you might use it if you're just using it for just plugging an MP3 player straight into, which I'll show you how to do in a minute. Apart from that, you've got a mic line, which I'm not going to press now because it'll probably blow the speaker, because yeah, it just will. Then high pass filter cuts out a bit at the bottom end, which has done absolutely nothing in that case. But anyway, it's because it's such a low signal going to the speaker, so, or like, low signal going at the speaker, because obviously I don't want to blow the neighbour's ears off particularly. Anyway, that's me out for this bit. Hi, okay, next part of the video will be using an MP3 player, as you can, or tablet in this case, which is here, and plugging that into the mixer without using a DI box. This is a key part which I will explain later. Firstly, I would recommend, if you're not using a DI box, using a jack-to-jack cable, mono jack, or unbalanced, and then putting a jack to mini jack, 3.5mm jack, on the end. You can do whatever you do. Do not buy a 3.5mm cable and put the 3.5 to 6.3mm jack on the end, because that will muck up. It just will. So, anyway, there are some exceptions to this, which I will maybe explain in the description, possibly. Anyway, so you plug this bit end into your multimedia device. Yep. And then you plug this into a normal channel. Well, you can actually plug it into a stereo channel, but I tend to prefer putting it into a mono channel since it's a mono signal, and it means you get more control over it. It's optional, obviously. And then I just play this. So I turn the gain up. In case you're wondering, this is a composition that I made basically for a friend. I was doing a composition for their game music, so it's not in copyright, obviously, which is why I'm using FL Studio Mobile, which is awesome, by the way. I'll probably do a video on that later, not as in today, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, stop that. Yeah, you can also plug it straight into the speaker, but before you do, make sure your volume level is turned to minimum. I've seen people blow too many speakers doing this. So anyway, unplug the XLR, and you plug in the jack. Play that again. Quite often the volume control on the speaker will be a bit more sensitive than it is on the mixer. So obviously you need to watch that. And don't turn it straight up to maximum, otherwise you will blow your ears off. Yeah, that's an important piece of community advice there. Yeah. I think that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed. Hope it's helpful.